Start the pod.
We should. Welcome back to Shoeless, the podcast where the shoes come off, the walls come down, and the conversations get real. We're in for a juicy one today. The budget has just been announced.
Ooh.
As always, I'm joined by Joe and Nick, and it is Nick's birthday today, so I'm sure everyone wish him a massive happy birthday, and we'll get into his 40th very soon.
Happy birthday, Nick.
Yeah, cheers, guys. Thanks for that intro.
You look good for 40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not actually 40. I'm 32 today. So, by the way, though, can I just say, I was brought a lovely cake at midnight last night by my girlfriend, and looking at 32 on the cake, right, I looked at it and had to double take. So I was like, oh, that's quite a high number.
Yeah. Yeah.
For the first time in my life, I looked at it and went, oh, you're old.
Yeah, I'm still clawing onto the 20s. I'm 29 and got about 5 months left.
Yeah.
So
You're at the haircut of a 60-year-old now, mate, so it's all right.
yeah. Just for context, this week I went to a Turkish barber's and got a bit scalped. Yeah, I've been the butt of a few jokes this week.
I'm giving it to the host this week.
Yeah, you are. Don't worry, mate. I've got my comeuppance in this week.
You can't start off saying I'm 40 and not expect to get a bit of a bite
Don't worry,
back.
mate. I've got the iPad, so we'll get into it.
You're
Right,
looking like me next week, Toby.
set it on. Right, shoes off, walls down. Let's get into it. This is Shoeless.
Right, let's go.
So today, the 26th of November,
It is.
the budget has just been announced. We've only just seen it, and I will caveat this all with, we're not a political podcast, but we are in the business space, and we thought we'd give our first initial reactions to some of the things that have been announced yesterday, today, and where that leaves us, and also how that impacts small businesses like ours as well. So, guys, do you want to kick us off with one of the big things that has come from the budget that impacts us?
Yeah, so the minimum wage increase,
Yeah.
I think is the big one that affects our business the most. I think we look at that, and I think it's firstly, I'd just like to set the record that we want to pay people as much money as we can. And you know, we're not skimpy and whatnot, and we do put lots of incentive structures and things in place for staff to earn more money, but essentially being dictated to by the government as to what we have to pay people on a minimum wage basis really affects our business in a bad way, just because our profits don't increase because they make this call. You know, our margins don't increase. The cost of our goods actually probably is going to increase, which either means that we've got to put that product's price up. That can mean either doing less sales, or leaving it the same and making less money per sale, and consequently, it just negatively affects the business overall in terms of our ability to function and operate.
Yeah, well, I suppose what you're explaining there is the sort of supply chain of where we get our creams from or products or anything like that. The cost will increase, and then as a retailer, we then have a decision to make: as do we pass that on to the consumer, or do we absorb it and essentially make less money? Which is a really difficult balance because we turn the price up and the sales will go down. You know that revenue will be down, and then you have to balance that and see where do you prioritize margin and all of that. And
we're stuck between a rock and a hard place because either we absorb that additional cost, which I think we've done for the past couple of times that minimum wage has gone up and it's been really tough, or we put it onto the consumer. But yeah, as you say, that probably means, now 2 in every 100 people don't buy because it's pricing them out.
Yeah.
So overall, it just puts businesses, certainly in our position, small businesses, in a really tricky position. I think that the government tried to justify it with, getting people paid as much as they deserve or something like that. But ultimately, the minimum wage is now £12.71. And I'm going to be brutal here, but unfortunately, there are people within Britain and within our economy where that is too much money to pay them for an hour of work. And that might sound harsh, and that might sound mean.
It does sound
but
harsh.
It does sound harsh.
It does sound quite harsh.
It does sound. But that is unfortunate. That the unfortunate reality. I'm not. If it could be another way round, I would very much like that. And that if everyone was entitled, but there are people in this economy that are not skilled enough, and unfortunately don't have the intelligence level.
Well, that is very harsh.
None of our viewers, of course, but that just simply don't meet that level of payment per hour, and that's a really sad and unfortunate place to be. But it is the sad reality. I mean, feel free to disagree with me and give me the reasons why if you do.
No, I'm not going to disagree with you. I think my take on it is slightly more from a less of an individual standpoint and more of a business standpoint. So what I mean by that is when you're a very large established company or even a company scaling to some degree, you're probably in a much more stable financial position. And so increases like this are still affecting you because if you've got a large payroll, the numbers are greater on that perspective. But they probably are costs that you can somewhat absorb to some extent. But particularly in businesses like ours, which are very early stage, where we're trying to grow and we need as much capital as we can get to be able to grow, changes like this impact that and therefore mean you have to cancel projects that you've worked on for a long period of time. It might mean that you can't go and do something because all of a sudden you've just been hit with this increase that actually stifles your growth, which makes it very difficult to sort of manage anything financially when you can kind of just be, as I think I like the word, dictated to somewhat. But my opinion on whether people are worth £12.71 an hour, I think is I don't really have a view on that. I think it's more the fact of if I think if I think someone's worth a particular salary, then that's what they should be paid. But yeah.
Yeah.
I think, can I just follow up with that? I think to sort of summarise is, of all the people that we have in for interviews and whatnot, and all the CVs that you see, it's quite clear that some people are not going to be at the level for any job. If you give them a waiter's job, if you give them a packer's job, if you give that, some of these people are gonna make mistakes enough to not justify that amount, and that's just it's a bit of a harsh reality. And I know it's not a nice way to look at it, but it is the realistic way of looking at it. And I think you've got to look at those people now and go, essentially, you're now confined to the benefit system, because no employer that needs to hire people on minimum wage is going to look at some people and go, okay, I can pay you this amount of money. It just you can justify it. You do well enough. You have enough IQ level, competence level. So those people are just resigned to the benefit system now, and that saddens me, because what this doesn't do is it doesn't afford people that don't often get a chance to be given a chance, and that does mean a lot. So in some ways it's a harsh view, and then in another way I want to say that it's like this does not help some of the more people that want to work that are struggling and to get off benefits.
Yeah, thanks for that, Nick. And I think you have quite strong opinions at times. At
Do
times.
I?
Yeah,
I'm allowed to voice them on my birthday.
Yeah, you're getting grumpy in your old age. But no, it's an interesting insight. And what I actually wanted to talk about was sort of a real life example of what this means, because there'll be business owners out there that have been struck by this. And in terms of our business, for one employee, that 50p pay rise, I don't know if one of you want to talk us through how that actually looks and what that means to us as a business, but also the sliding scale, because it's not just the minimum wage that goes up, that encroaches into management salaries, and the 50p pay rise there, which I want people to be paid fairly, and that whether that is or isn't, and we do a lot of commission-based structures and pay people bonuses and things like that on success and performance, but changes like this have a really big sliding scale, and I just wondered what your thoughts were on those.
So mathematically, do you want me to break it down?
Yeah, sure, mate.
So let's say, for example, the person works 40 hours a week, it's 50p pay increase, and let's say you've got 5 employees, right?
Well, let's work it out as one, and then we can times it by 5 at the end.
Okay. But let's say you've got 5 employees, right? One employee is going to be £20 a week more, right? For working 40 hours a week. Over the course of the year, that account equates to just over £1,000. I think it's but let's say £1,000, right? 52 weeks in a year, 20 quid a week. It's £1,000, right? Let's say you've got 5 of those employees. We actually have more than 5 employees, but let's take 5 for a smallish business, whatnot. That's £5,000. And let's say you're operating on a margin of 20%.
Yeah.
Your business now has to generate an additional £25,000 to cover that cost.
Yeah, correct.
A year.
Out of nowhere.
Just so for the 50p might sound small, but for a small business, £25,000 is a lot of dough.
Well, it's a lot of dough for anyone.
That's an entire salary that you've now got to generate in order to be able to make that back. And this comes back to the minimum wage thing. Just falling back onto that, $12.71 an hour, 37.5 hour contract is I think just under £22,000. If you're operating at a 22% margin, your business needs to turn over £110,000 to cover that one employee. If you want 5 employees, you've got to do $500,000. That's where we're at now, and it's absolutely diabolical that it's increasing still.
Yeah, and it is a really stark day in the office. It's quite a sobering moment when you look at the numbers like this. But I suppose as well, and Joe, I'd get your thoughts on this, is the inability to plan. So for us, we've been trading for about 18 months, 2 years, coming up to that sort of period. And in that time frame, we've had 2 minimum wage increases. We've got another one coming. And when we sat and did our business plan for the first time, we didn't look at any of this, and the profitability looked very different. And how does that impact us as well?
Yeah, I think it's kind of essentially what Nick's just outlined, really, which is you have got to make more money out of thin air, and your costs have gone up overnight. So, I think a lot of businesses will close. I think a lot of businesses in our industry will shut down as a result. I can definitely see that happening, and you've got a really tough choice to make, where you either put your prices up, and then essentially, what was the point in the minimum wage increase, because the extra money that you get is just being spent across the board where everything costs more, supermarket prices go up and things like that.
We just end up in inflation. Yeah. Is what you're explaining there.
Yeah. And being able, it's something that you just can't really plan for, to be honest, to answer your question. There is no real way to plan for it. You have to find out other ways to increase your margins, other ways to sell more products.
Yeah.
And all of that just to be in the same place that you were anyway to some extent. So it's kind of like you've got to put in a load of work for the same result, which isn't really very attractive. I think anyone would agree with that.
Yeah, and you mentioned that increasing your margins. I don't even think it's that far. I think it's actually protecting them. So we know what profit margins we operate at, and many businesses will know theirs as well. Like, it's one of the key things that you should know. But we're basically saying we'll do the same amount of work and make less money.
Yeah.
So it's about protecting that, really, rather than just increasing it. Because obviously everyone would like to make more money. That's great. But it's actually these unexpected costs that drive that margin down, which make it harder to make money.
And I think that's, actually Nick touched on an interesting point the other day, where he said, look, we should look at staffless systems and putting those in place. And I know that they already exist in our industry, but you've seen that with Tesco and supermarkets up and down. That's massive. And I think that will be a thing that a lot of businesses are looking to at the moment, which actually is then going to drive employment rates down.
Yeah.
Unemployment rates up.
Yeah.
That's the way you want to look at it.
I was wondering which way you were going there.
Because it'll be cheaper, and with the rise of AI and technology at the moment, making it more feasible and cheaper and quicker and easier to do that, I think that will be on a lot of people's agendas to see how they can essentially reduce their labour cost.
Yeah, no, thanks for that insight. Anything to add there, Nick?
Yes, where was I recently? In Tenerife, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't that recently.
I think it was on holiday.
Oh, this was a while ago. But they still had people at the gas station or petrol station. Sorry, my Americans coming out. That
Guess.
put the petrol in your car for you.
Yeah.
Right. But we've moved away from that in the UK, probably because of
Did we ever used to do that? I don't remember that as a kid growing up. I'm sure it probably was once upon a
It
time.
did used to happen, yeah.
But as you start putting all what minimum wages and things like that up, you lose things like that, which is that was a job for someone. And you're saying about losing like self checkouts, Tesco, staffless, etc. Like there can be a job that people were just employed to do that they can just go no, because now it's too costly. So yeah. Also, I will say one thing as well, just on top while we're on this.
When Nick says also, it fills me with dread.
No, but and this comes on to what you were just saying there, which is that and what you were just saying as well, which is that we have had 3 minimum wage increases since we started this business, and we've been going for just 18 months or whatnot.
Yeah.
Like that's ridiculous for a start. But where does that leave us for the future? Because over the next 3 years, we can probably expect another 9 minimum wage increases, and all it does is it's just driving me out of wanting to even be in the UK and operate a business in the UK. As a business owner, I think the government's just going to keep putting these things up, keep making it more difficult for us. Why should we stick around here? And I know that long term, like, am I probably going to do it? No. But also from a business perspective, why are people going to want to start a business when the government every 6 to 12 months just dictates that, well, your margins are going to just drop now and all your costs are going to go up?
Yeah, I think what you're alluding to there is it increases and the media will play a part in this as well, where you see a lot of people leaving to Dubai and all that sort of thing. But the question becomes more prominent in your head because you go, well, why am I working every hour God sends to basically not feel like there's much reward at the end of the rainbow?
No.
And that's where that conversation keeps coming up. And I think the statistic is 14,500 millionaires left the UK in 2024, and it's set to rise again, which is the highest migration of millionaires anywhere in the world, apart from China, because China is different and the populations are different.
Yeah.
But that then has a massive knock-on impact into tax revenue. The top 1% of earners in the UK pay 29% of the tax.
Yep.
So you do have to balance this all and go, where does it all play out, really?
Yeah, well, you essentially, there's a threshold, isn't there, which is the maximum amount of money you can generate from tax before everyone that's paying all the tax just goes, we're off.
Yeah.
And I think we're at it.
I definitely feel like it's at a boiling point. It's very fresh for people, and today is a divisive day anyway, the budget. But yeah, it's interesting, and it's interesting seeing this through different guises, and I suppose other small business owners out there will have these worries, and I guess we're lucky to have each other where we can bat this around and go, what is the solution here? But if you're sat on your own and got a small business and you see this increase coming, you've got some
pretty terrifying, actually.
Yeah, it'd be really scary.
Well, it's scary for us still, but
yeah. But doing it on your own must be like really difficult, and you don't know what to do for the best. Do you get rid of people? Do you cut down hours? Like it's a really daunting one, and I'd encourage any of our listeners to get in touch and have a chat and speak about it, because obviously every business has its own individual merits, but it's also can be quite isolating as a business owner in that instance.
Yeah. I think as well, they'll say that the minimum wage increase for working people, whatnot. But we've got, we're working people, but I think as well, we've got employees. Yeah. I don't look at this and go, God, we're going to be able to do such great things for our employees. Essentially, all we're going to do is be forced to put the minimum wage up. That then's going to have a knock-on effect on everything in the business. Hours might drop, whatnot. So I don't look at it and go, oh yeah, all the people that work for us are really benefiting from this. They're not. We're not. No, I don't see who's benefiting.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's enough on the budget. So we're going to come onto today's big topic, which is Nick's birthday.
Is that the big topic?
It's a section in the podcast.
Okay,
cool. Nick, talk us through your big day. You've had many of them. Did you relax? Did you work?
You've had many of them.
You've had many of them.
Yeah, you've had quite a few.
Yeah.
Are you doing anything fun this evening? What? Talk us through your day today.
Talk us through. Well, so was about to make well, it started when I was at primary school.
You definitely celebrated your birthday.
I probably celebrated some birthdays when I was at primary school. No, so I've had a haircut this morning, and later on I'll be going for a 32-kilometre run to celebrate a years of 32. Like, yeah, I think that's kind of my plan.
Not your average birthday.
Well, yeah, most people go out and get drunk, but I just consider that loser mentality now. So
We are also going for a pizza.
Well, mate, yeah, might need a bit of fuel after I run 32 kilometres, mate. You know, fuel up and whatnot. But yeah, no, you bring me on to a good point. Obviously, I've turned it to work today. The podcast is work. As great fun as it is to be chilling here with you guys, the podcast is work. And yeah, do you know what really grinds my gears, Tobe? Is people that have their birthday off work. Like,
right, okay.
No, but it does though, because like nobody cares. Like, there's nothing more frustrating than being somewhere working. I go, oh, where's so and so today? Oh, yeah, they're meant to send me the thing. Oh, they're off today. Why? Oh, it's their birthday. Especially when the company like forces it and like, oh, you get your birthday off. Hate that, mate. Grinds my gears.
Yeah,
grinds my gears.
We did have quite a famous, not even debate between us, but quite a famous moment where Joe forgot it was my birthday.
Yeah.
And essentially when we first opened, we were rotating Sundays for one of us to cover if someone was sick or whatever, and it changed in the calendar. Something changed in Joe's calendar, and there was a phone call, and he said, well, Toby, it's your week, isn't it? And I was like, oh, not really. It's definitely your week, mate. But anyway, Joe went on to quite famously say, well, we'll have to work it out if it's someone's birthday or something. And I didn't say anything on the phone at the time, but he rang me on the Sunday morning going, happy birthday, mate. I didn't realise it was today.
Did you actually end up working the day?
No, I was at home. I remember I was walking through the park with my mum.
Did I end up working it? Probably.
No,
I think we got staffing.
It was.
I think we got staffing.
It was like who was on call, basically.
I'm disappointed you didn't work your birthday, even if it's a Sunday, mate. Still go to work.
Yeah, I'm more than.
I've worked every birthday of my 32 years of life.
I think I've worked every birthday, to be honest. The only birthday I do take off is my girlfriend's, because she works shifts, and if she happens to be off, then
so you spend the day together. You do quite like your birthday though, Joe. You'll always
I do a lot for my birthday, but it's always I always do it on a weekend. I don't go, everyone come round to mine on a Wednesday.
6 weekends for your birthday.
Come round to mine on a Wednesday. It's my birthday. You're going to take it off.
Yeah,
get everyone else to take them.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I've worked every single birthday I've had, to be honest.
Yeah, you heard it from Joe. If you take your birthday off, you're a loser.
Nick's words, not mine.
Yeah, Nick is being very controversial.
Nick's got a 50p on his shoulder today. Some phrases.
He's
Chip
waiting
on
for
his
his bus
shoulder.
pass, isn't he?
It's my birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they say as you get older, you just don't care as much. I'm fully feeling that today.
I can tell.
You're
Yeah,
embracing it from the moment you've walked in. You've had things to say.
Yeah, we had a staff meeting earlier, and I'm not going to repeat exactly what you said, but it was definitely borderline.
Yeah, even I was a bit offended by that one.
It'll be fine.
Yeah,
it'll be fine. We have a laugh and a joke here at Megatam.
Yeah, we do. And then I suppose I'm going to ask you both, what's a really memorable birthday for you both? Good or bad reasons? It's not a trick question.
Mine's actually last year. I did Tough Mudder for my birthday.
Not I. We did.
Yeah,
we all did it, didn't we?
But got you guys in.
Yeah.
And that was my birthday event last year.
Yeah, it was good.
We raised a bit of money, didn't we?
We raised a bit of money. We got a bit fitter. I think that was actually probably right at the start of our fitness journey when you look back at it.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
Kind of got us all moving again.
It was baking hot. Do you remember? It was. The Tough Mudder. There was actually no mud, really.
No, it was
Apart from in that big.
The barbed wire,
that was still pretty solid.
There was a thing we had to jump into a big ditch, and it had these big square rectangle cubes.
Yeah,
and you had to grab onto the cube, and the other day to you.
What's this?
Happy birthday to you.
Come through here, Jesse.
Happy birthday.
I don't know if anyone can. Right, no one can see it yet.
Happy birthday to you. Look at that.
Oh, thank you.
Whoa! Wow! Thanks, guys. Didn't need my eardrum, mate.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, cheers. Yeah. So this is why you come to work on your birthday, guys.
We'll have the present
Nick,
as well.
you're clearing this up, mate.
We'll have the present as well, mate. It's not for you.
Oh, thank you very much.
And you've kept your shoes on, mate. That's a yellow card.
Oh, thank you very
Thanks,
much.
guys.
No problem.
Very nice.
Yeah, there you go, mate.
Yeah. So
That's
that is
from
from Joe and I.
Oh,
You
thank
open
you.
it on the pod, mate.
Okay.
No
No, I hate opening gifts.
Yeah, come on.
Go on.
I hate opening gifts. All right.
I actually don't have an eardrum left after that. He's literally blown that straight inside of my head. Just got a ringing.
They thought they were going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely. Thank you very much, guys. Really nice of you.
You're welcome. that was the weirdest response I've ever seen. It was like very socially weird.
Yeah. No, cool.
Well, we know you like a nice, you know,
Well, you like to copy me.
Quarter zip.
Yeah.
Quarter zip. Toad's
Smart
been trying
item.
that on, has he?
I know, I got you a large, mate.
I might be an extra large. I don't know. I'm a bit massive, aren't I? Do you know what I mean? No?
Yeah.
But after today's budget, mate, we might need to take that back.
And the cake.
Yeah.
Selfridges. We're going to pop in for a turn and go to Primark instead.
Yeah, mate, it wasn't from Selfridges, just put it in a bag.
Is it not?
Who knows?
Is he really? That's quite
knows?
good.
Obviously not, mate. Come on.
No, it
we
was from
wouldn't do that
Selfridges.
on your special day.
I,
You got a leaf in your hair.
yeah, they're everywhere.
Oh, great.
There you go.
Where were we? Fucking hell, this
We were talking about
podcast.
memorable birthdays. So,
Memorable
Let's talk about the
birthdays.
Tough Mudder challenge, actually.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's where we were.
Where you had to hang on to this big cube, and then other people on the other side would pull it down,
Yeah.
and
All people on your side have pushed it up.
they're pushing it up, and you're hanging on it, and then
Yeah.
you roll over and you help them. But at one point, we had about 30 of us all in this pool together, all
Yeah.
lined up on this big cuboid. And it was really nice, actually. It was a really nice moment. I feel like the team really came together in that
Yeah,
moment.
it was good. And we were all wearing orange T-shirts, weren't we, for Alzheimer's Heroes and
That's it. And Spread Your Wings,
Yeah.
which is another charity.
um,
And it was it wasn't actually my event. It was hosted by George, my girlfriend's sister's husband. But we all tagged along, didn't we, for my birthday? So
Yeah.
it was good.
it was good. It was a good event. But it was really hot, I remember, and there wasn't a lot of mud.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. But I like to be active, don't I? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll do another one.
Yeah, maybe we'll do another one. Yeah. We did the short one, didn't we? We did the short Tough Mudder. There was a 15k one.
Yeah.
We did the 5K.
We did the 5K.
We did the 5k one, but you could do the 15k.
But I think that was back when I could barely run a 5k. So
Yeah.
it was still quite
Yeah.
tough.
And
Can
it
you
was
run a 5k now?
only on a treadmill. Only on a treadmill.
I actually have been running on the treadmill recently.
Have you?
It's freezing outside.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
cold. It is
Still
tough.
getting it.
First
Um,
couple of kilometres at the moment are cold.
No,
when
I'm
you're
doing about
outside.
15k a week at the moment.
That's good. Are you sticking to your 6 a week?
Yes, I had a lapse last week. I did 5 out of 6. But over the last 4 weeks, I've done 3 6 out of 6, 1 5 out of 6. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Good work.
I don't count them out of 6. So
Well, you've had about 3 weeks off sick, mate. So
Yeah, you definitely wouldn't have hit your quota if you were counting, to be fair.
call a spade a spade.
It's facts, mate.
Yeah.
You can't deny it.
You had 4 days off. It might be your birthday.
what-
Speechless.
What-
Speechless.
The
He's
walls
been
are down.
outed on the pod, mate. He doesn't like it.
Well, what I will say is that I think I was doing 6 out of 6 before you guys were doing 6 out of 6. For months before you guys were doing 6 out of 6.
Yeah, but what do we keep banging on about? Consistency.
Yeah, mate, I'm
Yeah.
still Mr. Consistent. I'm the most.
Well, actually,
All right, fine. I'll tell you what then. Challenge, right? I'm calling you out right now. You two do the 32k with me today.
I'm not doing
I'm
the
actually a bit
32K.
under the
No, look at oh
I'm
no,
actually
I'm
a
a
bit
bit.
under the
Oh,
weather.
I'm not feeling very well. Oh.
I'll go for a run, but I'm not doing 32k.
You go for a run, but you're not doing 30. Why?
Well, I'm actually consistent, mate. I've done 6 out of 6 the whole of November. So
What do you mean?
I have been the consistent one.
Yeah, for like the past 3 months. For the 30 odd years before that, there was no
No,
consistency.
30 odd years for you, mate. I'm still in my 20s.
Oh, sorry, for the 29 years before that.
But yeah,
Wait,
no,
that's in a marathon. Did you know that?
Have you done a marathon?
yeah. Maybe another one soon. Who knows?
I was thinking the haircut that you came in with, it was kind of like your marathon haircut.
No, the haircut I came in with. So I've already mentioned it, but I went to a barber's and he absolutely. It was longer here. It was square. It was awful. And yeah, so I've had to go for another haircut today. But yeah,
It looks better.
It looks better.
yeah. Thanks, mate. I don't know why I'm taking hair advice from Joe.
Yeah, I walked into that one.
Yeah.
Anyway, should we move on?
We shall. We're actually going to go back in the schedule because I had to time Nick's cake into the schedule.
Right, great.
So
Cool.
Nick's birthday became a section. So this section is all about the realities of what actually running a company looks like. So there's going to be some questions that you can add some insights into. And this is very walls down, the nitty gritty sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to ask you both. What is the hardest part of running our business right now? And why?
What's the hardest part?
Yeah.
Fitting, doing and everything. Like mentally, like being able to do everything and think about everything. Why? Because we've probably bitten off more than we can chew, and because we don't probably have the large scale team around us to execute on everything and hand it all off. So we need to do a lot of it ourselves.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think it's the planning time to execute things properly and in a good way, as well as the actual execution time, accompanied with the fact that we don't have the people to put in the right processes, which mean that, you know, all of those things which take time, you end up having to do everything yourself, and it's a lot. Yeah. So, yeah, I'd agree with what Nick said, really.
And does then that become a mental thing? So is that you kind of feel like you're pushing water uphill at times, and there are definitely times where we don't feel like we're making progress. You get bogged down in doing other things and admin and all that sort of stuff. And is that then having that impact on you as well?
Yeah, I think I'm a pretty resilient person, so I always just continue on whatever state things are in. I'm quite good at not boxing away emotions, but kind of just putting things to a side and, you know, just powering on with what needs to be done. So I think the things that keeps me going is the little wins, the little breakthroughs. So there are some days where loads of stuff happens in one day and you're kind of like, oh, we are making progress here. We have finalized a supplier. We have, you know, got a design sorted. We have, you know, managed to create the videos we want to on AI and to a standard.
You've been doing some good work there, mate.
Been working hard at that. So it's those kind of little wins that just keep you going and keep reinforcing the fact that you are making progress. Sometimes it's slower than you'd like. You know, yesterday we launched the free samples on KBX, and that went really well.
Yeah, that was actually really exciting.
So yeah, that
did go well. Yeah, that did go well. Yeah.
It's little wins like that just kind of keep you spurred on and remind you of why you're doing what you're doing. Well,
they also remind you that there's an end course. A lot of what goes on around here is behind the scenes, and you don't really see it. And the thankless tasks, really. But when you see like those initial sample orders coming in yesterday, you actually go, oh, all the stuff we've been talking about for months and months and months, a product user can see that, which is really exciting.
Yeah, for those that don't know, head to www.kbxnutrition.com to claim your free sample today. That's www.kbxnutrition.com to claim your free X-Fuel sample.
And what is X-Fuel?
It's a electrolytes, creatine and nootropic sachet, an all-in-one supplement for active people or for those looking to be active. So it contains the electrolytes for hydration, creatine for strength and power, and then nootropics for sort of a bit of brain fuel. Throw that all in together. And yeah, it's kind of like the 3 key things that you should be taking every day for an active person.
Awesome.
Cool. And then a bit more on like what people don't realise. So one thing that always sticks out to me is the amount of things that break or go wrong. And Yeah, I just wondered if either of you had any examples of like when stuff does go wrong or breaks, and on a like how many times a week stuff can go wrong.
Oh, I'll give a very small example. Sometimes you think you've nailed a prompt in AI, and you've worked really hard to get it, and then it just doesn't spit out, and it keeps making the same mistake, and it's very frustrating when you've spent a lot of time on it and you can't get it right. And sometimes it's actually better to just scrap it entirely, restart the prompt again, and go again. So that could be quite frustrating. Very small example. But.
One for you, Nick?
Things that go wrong are all the tech stuff can go wrong consistently.
Yeah.
The stuff that goes wrong that we don't have control over. Yeah. You know, we've got our salon management systems that go wrong. We've got our internal subscription systems that can go wrong. We've got all of our website stuff that can go wrong. We've even got doorbells and lights that can go wrong. And it's like all of these things are an absolute nightmare that you don't think about, that just go wrong. Inconvenient times, inconvenient moments. Even sometimes when you record a podcast in slow motion. Yeah. Or when the podcast the hard drive gets corrupted. Yeah. All of these things are things that go wrong. And I think I'm just absolutely used to just, if things can go wrong, things will go wrong.
Well, things do go wrong. It's a fact. Yeah. And they go wrong every day in various scales and sizes.
Yeah.
And, I think it's how we then move forward from that and learn from that. But And if you had to guess, just put a figure on it. How many different decisions do you think we make on a daily basis? Small scale, big scale, and how many different? I think it's in the hundreds every day.
Yeah, terabytes, mate. Terabytes worth.
Yeah.
I'd probably say that in the hundreds for sure.
Yeah. And one thing that I think social media does, especially at the moment, is gives you sort of behind the scenes of other businesses. And we talk about other businesses all the time. Mm-hmm. They're not just our own business, but you'll see different TikTok shops, different social media companies, and what's one thing you look at them and think, I can see they're making a mistake there, or they've got something there? What do you typically look for in a business where they're maybe going wrong in your eyes? Because mine would be, I look at teams and look at the size of teams and go, your staff cost is huge there. Whether you're justifying that or not, I look at like the number of heads and the number of people and think we probably run lean, but I think a lot of companies out there are overstaffed.
Yeah, I mean, you can see that when Elon Musk took over X, he cut like 60% of the workforce, and people were like, you can't run the company on this, and he managed to do it. So I think that's probably a one that a lot of big businesses struggle with. I think that's probably because of the access to senior management that you have in those companies. So when the leaders of the business are having day-to-day interactions with all people in the business, it's much easier to kind of figure out what's going wrong and, you know, what people aren't performing and things like that. Whereas when you've got all these different layers, you've got people that are less concerned to some degree in, you know, even managerial positions potentially, that, you know, or maybe are kind of hiring people just to reduce their own workloads. And I think that's probably one of the reasons why you get that larger influx of people.
Yeah, I suppose you'll also have a communication issue there as well. So a message may come from the top or from the bottom up, whichever way in the hierarchical structure that you may find, but things will get translated and misconstrued. And Joe has said to Paul that Simon has said this or whatever, and that will get lost a bit in bigger companies, which will make things funkier, I suppose, or the potential to be.
Yeah, when you say about X, though, there was a lot of things going on at that company that were like, so not a political podcast, but even Elon came out and said it was a political activist company, and then they had to get rid of all of those people, whatnot. So they're jobs that aren't actually providing value to the company. So there was a massive amount of those. that I think they got rid of. Also, from my understanding, X actually was always loss making. I don't think it ever made a profit while it had that many employees.
I'm not sure. On that.
Yeah, I think from memory, I don't think it ever made a profit. So Lord knows how it functioned, but yeah. In terms of what was the question, the things
that you look at other businesses and think like where they could be making mistakes.
Yeah, I see it a lot of time with like tech stack and people making decisions to go onto different technology platforms or things like that aren't going to be malleable, aren't suitable for the future. They can't easily get out of, plug too much time into, all of those things of where they don't have that like actual element of like swift control and ability to change their tech if needed. That's probably one of the biggest mistakes I see a lot of businesses make and are sort of stuck in. So even like the global financial banking system is built on what's it called? Built on like a type of code. I can't remember, it's called Cobalt. But obviously they started building it on that
when it was advanced.
When it was advanced, yeah. And now they're stuck on it because they can't can't change off it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And we're going to move on to a bit more about our business, but also our individual sort of areas. So I'm going to ask you both, from the last few weeks, what are your biggest wins?
Well, I think the biggest win came last night of the fact that the samples you're getting ordered and whatnot for
KBX Nutrition.
Yep.
Getting that closer. Joe, anything to add?
Your biggest wins. Creating our first sort of AI video that we all felt comfortable posting on Instagram for Original Gummy Bears. That was a big win. Taken quite a lot of time to get to that level, I think, and I think AI has improved as well to help us get there. So that was definitely a big win. And then I think we've had a quote through today that's a cheaper quote for financing of a new asset for the salon.
Have we?
Yeah, managed to get a cheaper quote from someone today.
Nice.
Was that from the phone call earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it would be.
Is it a lot cheaper?
It's about £800 a month cheaper.
£800 a month cheaper?
No, 100.
Oh, £100.
I was going to say, we'll sign that right now.
Yeah. £800 a month. Basically,
it's £1,200 a year. It's it's a fairly good saving.
Yeah. Offsets 150p pay rise, that, mate.
There you go.
See, when you put it like that, that's how much of a struggle this whole thing is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa.
Anything else to add there, or?
Trying to think. In my personal life, I think hitting the 6 out of 6 most weeks has been a big win over the last month. Feeling a bit under the weather today, so I think it has taken it out of me. Yeah. But that's been a personal win.
Yeah, there's been a few tired bodies around, hasn't there, with all this exercising? There's been a few shocks.
I'm trying to remain upbeat for the pod.
Yeah, I'm trying to give you some energy, mate.
Yeah.
But, and what's one thing that you want to continue gaining momentum going into next month and next year, actually, as well?
Gaining momentum. I think everything to do with KBX, just keeping that going, keeping the community engaged. I think getting in some more videos and content ourselves and sort of getting involved to grow that. The new creams that we're bringing out, want to continue to make sure we get those launched in time for the season, the tanning season next year. Those would be my key ones. Yeah.
I think one for me is actually the podcast. I think it's quite exciting to see all the clips going out. I see Nick and you on my feed all the time. And I think getting into a rhythm with that and the content side of things probably makes us more confident with that, because that's something that we've not shied away from, but we haven't been the face of our business for a very long time. And I think the clips going out and seeing the views and the analytics and the comments coming in is a really positive step. And
who's winning so far?
Depends on the platform.
Depends on the platform. Who's winning? Who's winning though?
Me.
Is it?
Yeah.
You're not.
Every time I look at it, I think I'm winning. So
you're not winning.
Hold on, wait. On what platform? Sorry,
YouTube. I'll give to Nick.
I'm carrying on YouTube, by the way.
I got
absolutely.
I got a
carrying.
good one yesterday.
YouTube. I'll give you. I think TikTok and Instagram. Bar your first video, I have the most viewed videos.
I'm not sure on Instagram. I think I've got the most.
Shall I get it up?
Yeah, go on. Go on. Who's got the most
You
views?
get TikTok. You get Instagram. I'll get TikTok.
I haven't actually checked TikTok, but I think you've got the most viewed on Instagram, but I've got like the second and third most viewed.
Here we go. Live on the pod. Stats are coming up. You can tell that we're just a little bit competitive, can't you?
Yeah. I've got 3 likes.
So a bit of filler just whilst they're having a look and seeing who's winning. So obviously we use some different tech platforms. So we're using Opus to make all of these clips, and then they're all being scheduled within a platform called Later to go out on all these platforms. So if you're not already, make sure to check us out on YouTube, make sure to check us out on TikTok, make sure to check us out on Instagram if you want to get some of the clips. And then we're also available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So yeah, make sure to check us out, guys.
Right.
So
I've got the TikTok result in.
who's the TikTok result?
So
You said you were doing Instagram, didn't you?
No.
You did.
Anyway,
So am I doing Instagram?
yeah.
Right, hang on.
Come on then. What's the TikTok?
So the most viewed video is Toby's first post.
Okay, fine.
Then it's second is me on 800. So Toby has had 1,023 views on his first post. So well done, Toby. But I did say the first post always gets boosted.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. So what's the next biggest one then?
Me with 806, and then we don't have any others in the 800s yet.
Really?
We've got some
Not on
very high
not on
700s.
TikTok. Let's have a look.
We've got some very high 700s.
Yeah, we've got some very high 700s. But yeah, I'm the highest on 806.
Oh yeah, I'm not doing very well on TikTok.
No.
Oh, we got quite a lot of 700s. We're in the 700 view.
Yeah.
Like thing, aren't
700
we?
view jail. Get us out,
Yeah.
guys.
Go on then. What's Instagram?
Instagram
I haven't been
is-
checking the TikTok. Oh, damn it.
Joe's is the highest.
Yeah.
924. His 4th and 5th employee one where he stitched me up and told me he was 3rd.
And who's second?
I
It's definitely me on Insta.
don't think it is, mate.
Yeah, it is.
I don't think it is. I think it's me.
He's raised this, and now he's found out he's not.
I've got 674 and you've got 608.
No, I've got an 800 view one.
No, you haven't.
I have.
You haven't.
I have.
I'm on it. You haven't.
I have.
Oh, you have. Sorry, yeah.
I know I have.
838.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're second.
So yeah.
So I'm first on TikTok and Insta.
No, you literally said apart from Tobe on TikTok.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no. To be fair, he is the top on TikTok. You're right. You might have the best on Instagram, but I'm the only one with 1,000 views on a video on YouTube, aren't I?
No, you're not. I've had one with.
Oh, you've had
1,000.
1,000. All right, I'm the only one with 1,500 views,
Yeah. I'll give you that on YouTube.
and I've had 3 of them. So
Yeah.
I think maybe 4 now. But
YouTube likes
YouTube loves me, so make sure to like and subscribe.
Yeah. Episodes coming out every single Wednesday, and will be for the foreseeable as well. Next week we've got a really
Who okayed this, by the way?
me.
Oh yeah, well you'll clean it up then.
No, I said you would because it's your birthday.
And who's eating that? I can't eat that today.
Oh, Joe's got a bad stomach today, guys. He hasn't mentioned it 1,400 times.
Come on, let's get on. Let's go. I don't want to hear about his rotting stomach.
Anyway, we're on to the quick fire round.
Okay.
We're there already.
We are.
Blown today.
It has.
Times flies when you got controversial.
Yeah. What's your toxic trait?
My toxic trait is
Got to be farting in the office, isn't it?
Yeah, and they are toxic.
yet to do one on the pod yet. And, that's coming next week.
I'll introduce it.
My toxic trait. I don't know if I've got a toxic trait. I don't know what toxic. I hate this word toxic. Maybe it's just me in my old age, but like all of this toxic. What is it? What even is it?
I tell you what yours is: young people having fun. You hate it. Having fun is yours.
Having fun? No. I like winning's better than fun. I've already been through this, but like having fun. Yeah, you can have fun. Like, but just.
What's one food?
Nick's toxic trait is running a 32k on his birthday, even though he's ill.
Yeah. And you'll say it's easy.
Yeah,
it's
and
easy.
then get sick for the next week.
Yeah.
I'm already coming down with something as well.
What's one food, if you could, you'd delete forever? Please stop playing with my foot.
What's one food that I would delete forever?
If you could, yeah.
Oh, mate, sushi.
Sushi's banging.
Yeah, I love sushi.
Full of
No
fucking
fish,
full
but
of
the
worms,
chicken
mate.
sushi.
It's full of worms.
I love
Makes me
sushi.
queasy.
Oh,
Mine would be
honestly,
bananas.
you wonder why you got an icky tummy, mate? Sushi.
Don't eat sushi that much.
Look, full of worms.
Okay.
I would say.
Take tapeworms, you know. No, stuff like sushi. Ugh.
You know, the one for me is like those beans, like the white beans that you get that are like mushy, and people make
Cannellini beans.
Yeah, that you make.
What?
People make salads out of it, and I'm just like, this is just disgusting. There's no way. that
I
you
like
can-
cannellini beans.
Oh, they're just rank, man. They're like mushy in your mouth. They don't taste like anything. They're just disgusting.
I don't think I've even eaten these.
Mine's bananas. Can't stand them. Absolutely hate
I
them.
love bananas. I have them in my smoothie every day.
Say that again, mate.
You've got a dirty mind, mate.
I didn't say anything. You said it. If you had a warning label, what would it be?
If I had a warning label,
Yeah.
brutally honest. What?
I would just say brutal.
Brutally honest.
Extremely stubborn.
Fair enough. I'll give you
Okay.
both of those.
Yeah.
What mood are you in today?
Oh, I'm in a good mood, but I'm feeling it. So I'm probably like at a 5 out of 10 today, to be honest.
That's generous.
I didn't realise 5 out of 10 was a mood.
Yeah, 5 out of 10 mood.
5 out of 10 mood.
Joe's mood is struggling.
I'm not in any
Yeah.
particular mood today, to be honest.
Okay. What's one thing you wish you were instantly brilliant at?
You've asked this one 3 times. It's the 3rd time you've
No, we
asked.
got corrupted.
Oh, right.
So
It was on a previous podcast, but we lost the hard drive.
Yeah.
So
Podcasting.
Yeah. Yeah, same editing.
Yeah, creating videos.
Okay, and then Nick, some birthday special ones for you.
Mm-hmm.
What age do you actually feel?
18.
Don't lie on the pod, mate. Come on.
No, I do. I haven't felt like I'm in my 30s since I've. But also, by the way, my Whoop age is 26. So
Mine's 25. My
Is it?
Garmin age.
is your Garmin age 25? So
Yeah.
so I'm gonna overtake you then, because it was my Whoop age was 34 this year.
Yeah, but he's actually 3 years older than you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but mine's going down as well.
No,
You're
yeah.
assuming mine stays at 25 and
No,
Nick
but
goes.
as a percentage, he's still younger.
Yeah.
He's 32 to
Correct.
26,
Yeah, no,
whereas
I
you're
get,
29
I
to-
get what you're saying,
to
but mine is also
25.
going down.
You haven't looked after yourself enough there, mate. Thanks for backing me up there. You haven't looked after yourself enough.
Yeah.
I think you need to do
You
a
two made me
you need to do a 32k run.
I'm not doing a 32k run today. I'm going to ask you this one as well, Joe. It's a bit. What's the most Nick thing you've done this year?
The most Nick thing I've done.
No, Nick's done. We'll get.
What's the most
Oh.
Nick thing Nick's done?
Yeah.
The most Nick thing Nick's done. Oh, I'm going to need some time to think about this, but this is a great question.
I've got one.
Go on.
You rang us up and you said, "I've been thinking. I don't think you should talk to this staff member anymore."
Yeah, you told us that we shouldn't engage with a certain staff member anymore.
You did.
ever again.
Who?
And I called Toby and I was like,
Did he
did he really just say that?
Yeah.
Which staff member?
We can't name them on the pod.
Okay.
because
Name them.
No,
because of
what-
age reasons.
What department are they in?
Technical.
Oh yeah, that was justified.
Hey, that's another Nick thing. Just yeah, that was definitely justified.
That's
you can't
justified.
speak to your own employees.
No, it's not. No, not don't speak. But like, I think
That's what you said.
I think the general consensus was don't ask them these questions because it's confusing the hell out of them.
When you said-
That was more of it.
When-
Like,
when you
not
said
don't
it-
say hello. It was stop asking them these
When-
range of questions that are
when
like
you-
confusing them.
when you said it, it made me absolutely wet myself. Like, oh, he's on one here. He's just,
I think that was perfectly legitimate.
What do you think the most Nick thing you've done this year is?
Oh, do you know what? I actually can't really remember anything that I've done this year, to be honest. It's flown by. What's the most Nick thing I've done this year? I actually don't know. I don't know. I think it's better. Go on. You haven't answered yet.
I've got a couple.
Go on.
So,
Are they allowed to be
one of
said on the
Nick's-
pod?
Yeah. One of Nick's traits is that he'll come in with such conviction on an idea, and it can flip in an instant. So, Nick, there was a period in time where Nick was like, everyone needs to be in the office. We need to all be working from here 7 days a week. Then next week he comes in, he's like, I'm working from home. And he moves his entire laptop and shit to his flat because he gets more work done there after literally the week before being like, everyone needs to be in the office all the time.
He's so stubborn about it as well. He refuses to bring his screen back here.
Well, no, so I even a screen at home, right?
Yeah.
But no,
So that's one. You can come back after.
let me at least have the chance to respond.
You can respond after.
Yeah.
The second one is
What is this?
the content for Original Gummy Bears. He comes in and he's like, right, you know what, lads? What we need to do is we just need to post content. We just need to put out as many videos as we can. And I was like, you know what? Okay, let's give it a go. So I make about 10 videos, and I'll credit myself here. They weren't great, and they weren't. There wasn't a lot of thought going into it. But we did that, and then next week it's like, right, we need an agency to do this. We need this content. We need this content. You do have a bit of a habit to flip your decision making.
You go from one extreme to the other.
Yeah,
quite often.
Maybe, but
it was
right.
we need to post content for free, and we do it to. We spend 10 grand on an agency.
Now,
No, I don't think I've said we need to spend 10 grand on an agency. I don't think I have. What was the first one you said about? Well, no. My thing is right. Either everyone is in the office working from the office, because no, but this is like either that's because then you build the way of that gets things done, which is everyone in one place, or everyone just works from home. You can't have like this hybrid model, right? I don't think the hybrid model works. Do you agree? I think it's one or the other. You either are all in or you don't all be in. Like I don't think the hybrid stuff works. I think the only reason the country flipped.
No, but you're missing the point here, which was that you were like, we all need to be in the office, and then literally the next week you were like, I'm working from home.
Yeah, probably because other people had already done it. Like it's like it's completely pointless me sticking around.
This was months ago.
Yeah,
it's completely pointless me sticking around. But yeah, no, I do. Well, no. So I would credit myself with this.
He's currently doing a Nick thing right now.
Yeah,
on the body. Full on meltdown mode.
I would credit myself right with no. I can't talk. You two are just laughing, but. I'm very quick at recognising when things like, right, that hasn't worked, that needs to change. I think. Well, no, it's true though. I'm definitely the best at just going, right, that isn't working, cut that.
Oh,
do you know what I mean?
I've really tickled myself with this section.
Yeah, that was a good ending.
Is that the ending? What? Oh, so I actually haven't got a chance to properly respond because you two are just laughing the entire time.
No, you can go on.
No. So yeah, but I think like. You still try and flog a dead horse when it's clearly dead.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, cut that horse when it's limping.
You are quite ruthless when it comes to that, but you are very almost bipolar in some aspects. Like you come in hot, then cold, then hot, then cold.
Yeah.
I think part of that as well, and I think I know what you're referring to there is the Slay stuff.
There's loads of things. The Slay stuff, the website. Like all of these different things, I'm very quick to just go. But it's what I've done.
No. My opinion on the website was we should give it 6 months. I never said that we should at least see what it's like to embed in. I've actually agreed that we should change it now. But I thought it was worth. I thought that sometimes we're a bit rash, and so we needed to actually. And you actually agreed with me to say we should give it a try.
Yeah, we did it. We agreed at the time that. We'd made all this change and we needed to see the results. What we probably fell off was monitoring the conversion rate and also changing that decision. But that was probably because other things were busier at the time and it wasn't a priority. So we weren't really looking at it. If we shouldn't have left it as long as we did. We should have put a meeting in to go through it in 3 months' time or whenever.
Yeah. And I think on the sleigh stuff, I think sometimes we don't agree a strategic alignment before we do something. So
is this on the pod? Is it?
yeah, and I think it's a mistake that we can learn from. But sometimes I think a lot of the time your perspective is let's get some good ads out. Let's use the ads to scale a product and make money that way. Whereas sometimes I think my thinking with it is let's grow organically. Let's not put too much cash into it and let's build it for the longer term. Which I think was, my attitude with Slay a bit, and I think it still sells now, but it doesn't sell a lot. But I think you might see that as a dead horse because it hasn't generated a quick return instantly.
No, not necessarily. But I think what it comes down to is I actually don't think that you can do it the way that you're saying.
There are many businesses that do that though.
Not without working ads.
No, I wouldn't say ever without ads, but sometimes I'm not scared of slower growth and kind of investing long term and maintaining price and making more margin per sale. Because
I think that all depends on the project, though, doesn't it? And we probably need to give a bit more context to the listeners, which is probably another podcast in itself about the various different things. Because
the Slay All Day podcasts.
No, it can be on this podcast, but it's more context for the listener, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think we should do that, actually. We should do a learnings episode of things that have gone wrong and some mistakes we made.
Yeah.
That'd be a good episode.
Yeah. But I genuinely don't think that you can just do it through organic content. And that comes from speaking...
I think you can build a resubscribing and a community of repurchasers through community building and organic content.
I disagree.
Okay.
And what I will say, right, and this comes down to the fact that I have been involved in the ads industry and content industry for like 10 years. And I've seen what is possible and what's not possible.
But what we're doing with Jordan at the moment for KBX is all organic.
It is, but
and we've already seen that from the first time we've actually put something out there, we've got people, we've got people interested and that's purely from organic. We've not spent a penny on ads.
Well, we're having to now.
We haven't. I mean, still to this moment and right now, we haven't spent a penny on ads.
We have.
They went out last night.
They went out last night.
But
you said you told Jordan today that he was going to do it today.
No, last night.
Anyway,
last night.
We're getting a bit sidetracked, so I'm gonna move it on there, and I'm gonna ask you one more question, Nick.
Can I throw in? That is a create.
I'm host.
Sorry, all right, fine. It's a creator-led brand, so it is different.
Yeah,
but that's where we differ.
I'm host
opinions.
and I'm asking a question. So
strategically,
I'm host and I'm asking a question. What's one thing you want to achieve by your 33rd birthday, Nick?
Run 33k.
Is that a challenge? What's one thing I want to achieve? By this time next year. I think revenue in from all of the projects. I think if I'm sat here this time next year and all of them are producing revenue, I'll be really happy.
Of any amount, or
any amount?
Are you putting a value on that?
I'm not putting any value on it, but from all the projects, because we've got so many projects that I think revenue in from all of them would work.
We will be there.
Yeah, I think we should be able to hit that by the time you're 33.
Yeah, I mean, let's hope so.
Yeah, I hope it's not by the time I'm 33.
Yeah,
I think we will have killed a dead horse by that point, mate. Yeah.
And that's a wrap on today's episode of Shoeless. We've had budget rants, disagreements, business therapy, quickfire chaos, and celebrating Nick getting older. If you're a business owner watching this, let us know how the budget impacts you. Get in the comments, give us a follow, give us a like, give us a share. Shoes off, walls down. See you in the next one. This was Shoeless.